Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Or should I say, friends, YouTube lovers, internet dwellers, lend me your ears. Sorry, I'm in a really good mood right now. I'm just feeling really good. I just did a great upper body workout, not fasted today because I did it later in the day and I needed to eat, and I'm feeling hungry right now, or at least I'm feeling the feeling that like I could eat food. And that is a feeling I have not felt in multiple weeks. Thanks to being on this reverse diet and having gotten all the way to 2,400 calories, I have just felt disgustingly full lately and not wanting food at all. But right now, like, I could eat. This is nice. And the crazy thing is I actually ate 2,700 calories yesterday because I was kind of feeling hungry yesterday too, and so I figured I would kind of roll with it and just eat until I was completely full and satisfied and not at all hungry anymore, so that if I did have a day later this week where I really wasn't hungry, I could take advantage of that and just eat lower calories. So it's kind of amazing that I'm feeling hungry right now and I'm excited about it. The one catch is that it is my boyfriend's birthday and we're all going to dinner with his family in like very soon. So I can't really capitalize on my hunger right now, or else I won't be hungry enough for dinner. And I feel like if I just have something small right now, I'll be able to eat a lot more at dinner. Because like, we're going out to dinner. Food at restaurants is usually a lot more palatable and a lot easier to eat a lot more calories than, you know, if you home make food and make it all super clean and everything like that. So I'm just gonna have a snack for now so that I can eat a lot at dinner. The unfortunate thing is that I don't even really have a lot of snacks in my snack box. Like, okay, this is my snack box. I know it looks like I have a lot of stuff in here, but a lot of it is either low calorie or just like, I don't know, not good snacky food. I do still have these peely nuts. I could eat these, but these might make me too full. You know what? I think I'm gonna need protein. We're gonna go with the pork rinds. These are the Epic brand pork rinds. I think I got them on Thrive Market, but they're such an amazing source of like quick protein and a nice crunchy snack to just satisfy your snacking desires. Listen to that crunch. But while I snack on these, I'm actually going to take my vitamins as well. Here's the deal, guys. I told you like 2 months ago, maybe? I don't know how long it was. But basically, y'all know that my gums are degrading, and so I've been doing everything that I can to stop that. One of those things is oil pulling, which has in fact seemed to make a huge difference. Another one is brushing my gums with a very, very soft bristled brush. It's what my periodontist told me to do. The last thing is trying to take a K2 supplement, because apparently K2 is very good for your gum health. I have taken it like 5 times. I'm just really bad at remembering to take things daily, especially when they're just like chilling down here in my supplement shelf. So in an effort to be more consistent with my supplementation to help heal my gums so that I don't have to have all of the surgery, just a wee bit of surgery, I decided to place an order on Care Of and got a little customized vitamin pack. And Care Of is essentially a customized vitamin, mineral, supplement, and adaptogen subscription service. And the way it works is you go on their website and you fill in this quiz where you answer a bunch of questions about your lifestyle, how you feel, your diet, and all that kind of stuff, so that it can help determine what vitamins, minerals, and supplements and adaptogens are going to benefit your body the most. A lot of people think that they need to take a multivitamin to be healthy, and a multivitamin like may help, but it is kind of just a shotgun approach. It's not targeted to your body and what it needs. If you're having a specific issue, or if you're deficient in a specific vitamin or mineral, you should be supplementing based on that. You shouldn't just be throwing everything at your body, because that's going to be a lot less beneficial than actually working on the problem itself. Ideally, if you are deficient in a vitamin or mineral specifically, then the best course of action to start with is to incorporate that vitamin or mineral into your diet more through whole unprocessed foods, and see if that helps boost your levels. For a lot of people though, that doesn't help very much, and so supplementation can be extremely useful if working on your diet doesn't help. In an ideal world, to determine any deficiencies in vitamins and minerals, you would go to a doctor, get a full blood panel done, and see, like, in your blood if you were actually deficient in anything. But you know, I did that like 2 years ago and everything came back pretty much normal. But now my insurance doesn't cover that. I've had to switch insurances, and my insurance sucks. So it would cost a lot of money for me to do that. So it's not really practical, and I recognize that that's not really practical for everyone else, but you know, if you can get a blood test, I do highly recommend it so you can be as sure as possible of what you really need and what you don't. But the next best option is to kind of evaluate your lifestyle, evaluate your diet, and see what you are more prone to be deficient in. And so that's basically what Care of does for you. So I went ahead and did that, and I got my little box right here. Look at it, fits so well, just like on that little shelf. It fits in so nicely. So I'm not gonna have to hide this away and then end up forgetting to take it. So it ends up coming in your little monthly stack, and it comes with your name on it. Super cute. And so what I ended up getting in my pack is, of course, K2, because that was the original reason that I wanted to do this. I wanted to make sure I'm taking my K2, but also I ended up getting a astaxanthin. I don't really know how to say it, but it is a compound that apparently is supposed to be really, really beneficial for your skin. And as y'all know, my skin hates me. So I figured anything I can do to boost my skin a little bit is going to be helpful. And I also got a omega-3 fish oil supplement. Now, both of these I got as a supplement for a specific reason. I do try to get salmon at the farmer's market a lot. It's wild caught, really well sourced, but I can't make it to the farmer's market every single week. I miss it a lot, and so I run out of salmon very quickly. I'm trying really hard to incorporate more fish into my diet, but alas, if I can't make it to the farmer's market, I'm out of salmon. So that's where the supplements come in. It allows me to get my good omega-3s from the fish oil, really good for your heart, really good for your overall health. And then it also allows me to get the astaxanthin, which is found in the highest concentrations in foods like salmon and trout and fishy things. So if you want to figure out what supplements you can take to potentially improve your health, then I do highly recommend you go to the Care of website and take their quiz. And if you use my code FITAndNerdy, you can get 50% off your first month. So as I was saying earlier, the fact that I am hungry today is pretty huge, and I'm not really sure if my hunger is actually upregulating itself, if it is gonna start being easier for me to eat more, because in the last week, it has been a massive struggle, as you guys are probably tired of hearing me say. Until today, I was still feeling extraordinarily stuffed and like I couldn't keep doing this. So I don't know if this hunger is gonna hang around and I'm gonna be able to continue. But as I was telling you guys on Instagram, I am considering deviating a little bit from my plan, and I have 3 options right now. Option 1 is to stay at 2,400 calories and not keep trying to increase. Originally, my goal was to get to 2,500 calories before I cut. And then option 2 is kind of just keep pushing through and try to get to 2,500 calories, because when you're trying to change your body, you have to make changes, and usually what you have to change is not 100% comfortable. And I think right now what I'm struggling with is knowing whether the discomfort is like a good discomfort, like I'm pushing myself in a way that's going to help elicit change, or if I'm pushing too far and this discomfort is not healthy. And since I've never gone through this process before, I have no idea. Like, I'm trying to listen to my body, but clearly I have to push my body to where it's not comfortable, and I just don't know where that line is. And then option 3 is to throw in a few 24-hour fasts over the next few weeks as I continue to increase my calories. And I think this is the option that I'm leaning towards. I do think it'll help just give my body a break from constantly having to digest a massive amount of food that it's not used to, and it will also massively help upregulate my hunger signals on the days that I'm not fasting. So it could potentially put me in a position where I can average 2,450, 2,500 calories as long as I do take a little break, allow my body to kind of reset itself, pick its hunger back up, and then keep eating. And actually, after posting about this on Instagram, one of you lovely people, I can't remember your username off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm sure you know who you are. One of you suggested that I actually talk about fasting in conjunction with bulking and building muscle, and so I thought that was a great idea. So thank you for this idea, and I'm gonna talk about it. Fasting as a tool to build muscle definitely does not get talked about enough, and that's probably because there's not like a ton of concrete stuff to talk about, but in theory, fasting can actually be extraordinarily beneficial when you are trying to build muscle. Anyone who's done a prolonged fast, like a 3-day water fast, will tell you that once you get back in the gym, like a day or 2 after you break your fast, the gains are insane. After fasting, your body responds so well to the increase in food and the training stimulus. It's like one of the coolest feelings in the world, in my opinion. That's one of my favorite reasons to do more prolonged 3-day fasts, because afterwards in the gym, it's an amazing feeling. And part of the reason for this is that in theory, when you're fasting, your human growth hormone levels increase. Increases in human growth hormones stimulate production of IGF-1, which directly relates to muscle building. It is kind of one of the main pathways that stimulates building muscle mass. So in theory, you fast for a while, your human growth hormone levels rise, which stimulates the production of IGF-1. So as soon as you get back in the gym and start sending that muscle building signal, your body can really take advantage of that because it has higher levels than normal, and so you can build more muscle and strength. Now, this is kind of theory and patching things together. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any studies that actually look at people like post 3-day fast and how much muscle they can build versus how much muscle they can build without a 3-day fast, but in theory, this is how it works. And if you've put it into practice, you probably have seen your increase in gains in the gym after your fast. And an important thing to note is that a lot of people think that if you fast, it's going to break down your muscle and you're going to lose a ton of muscle mass. But in reality, fasting is actually a muscle preserving process. You break down more protein for fuel when you're not fasting than you do when you're fasting. So if you're in the process of trying to build muscle, fasting is not something that you should be scared of. You should not necessarily be trying to eat constantly throughout the day to avoid fasting as much as possible, unless you're like me and you're just struggling to get your calories in. Then that is a good reason to, space out your meals throughout the day. But there's no good reason to intentionally avoid fasting because you're scared of losing muscle mass. The only drawback of fasting when you're trying to put on muscle is obviously the fact that you can't actually get in calories while you're fasting. And so you do need to be in periods where you are in a calorie surplus still. You can't just fast forever and build 10 pounds of muscle. That's not quite how it works. Another theory behind why it might be a good idea to fast while you're trying to put on muscle is very similar to why you want to have refeed days when you're in a deficit. I've said this time and time again, your body is an adaptation machine. You give it a new stimulus, it's gonna work hard to adapt to that new stimulus. If your new stimulus is an increase in calories, it's going to work to adapt to it. Just like if you're in a deficit, your body will slow your metabolism down. If you're in a surplus, your body speeds your metabolism up because it wants to keep you in homeostasis. It wants to keep you at whatever weight that you're at. It wants to keep you where you are. So having days where you drastically cut your calories down, you totally don't have to fast to employ this technique, but having days where you have much lower calories and be in an actual deficit prevents your body from being able to adapt as quickly to the surplus. Because if you're actively trying to build muscle, you want to make sure you're staying in a surplus. You don't necessarily want your metabolism to adapt and catch up to as much food as you're eating. You want that surplus to be effective, so you don't want your body to adapt. Just as if you're trying to lose weight, you want your deficit to be effective, so you don't want your body to adapt. So I'm not 100% sure yet what I plan on doing, if I plan on fasting this weekend, but this is definitely something that I really want to incorporate into my next bulk. After I cut for summer, I plan on doing a much longer, more extended reverse diet / bulk to really put on as much muscle as I can, just to have fun with it, see what I can do. And so I really do want to incorporate more fasting into that to see how it affects my body, to see if it makes bulking easier for me. And I definitely want to do a few 3-day fasts because as I said, the gains in the gym after a 3-day fast are phenomenal. So going through that process will be in a few months, and I promise to keep you guys updated on the fasting and the bulking and seeing how you can combine the two for maximal gains. But for now, I have 3.5, I'm looking at my calendar, 3.5 weeks left until I planned to start my cut. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I am really looking forward to my cut. I'm looking forward to being able to incorporate a lot more fibrous veggies that just make my life really difficult right now because they're so filling. I miss my giant salads. I miss feeling hungry. I miss liking food because I really like food, and right now food is just not as exciting. I'm also really excited to see if cutting is any easier now that I've put in all of this effort to this reverse diet. Hopefully it is, or else this was painful and not worth it at all. But theoretically, it's gonna make cutting a lot easier. So I hope you guys are excited to follow that process along with me. I can't wait for all of this. I love experimenting on my body. It's so much fun. And if you are excited to follow along my cut for summer, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I will be keeping all y'all updated because I'm just way too excited about this to not constantly babble on about it. But yeah, today I just kind of wanted to talk about fasting for gains and the benefits and my current plans with how things might turn out, just to give you a little bit of heads up. So I think I'm gonna leave the video here. Hopefully it was a little bit more short and sweet than normal and not 27 minutes like my last video originally was before I had to cut it down a lot. If you did like the video, please do give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel. Share it with your friends, your family, your fasting buddies. Leave a little comment and please do let me know about your experience with fasting and muscle building. If you've done a prolonged fast, if you noticed the massive gains that you get afterwards, or if you've ever tried to fast while in a bulk. I'd love to hear about all of your experiences, and in the meantime, if you want to see more videos from me, you can check them out over here. Again, hit that subscribe button for more videos, hit that notification button so you actually see those videos. I got a comment from someone the other day saying that they've been subscribed to me forever and didn't see any of my videos, so now they have to go binge watch them. Don't let that be you. Hit that notification button, and I will see you very soon. Bye.